Yo, what up? Hey man, it's your boy Ford. We're back again, man. Members only podcast. We got a special one for y'all today. I've been probably what 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, so Eddie. Probably about 2 weeks.
Probably so, yeah, since me, yeah.
Yeah, about the last one. So as y'all know, like I said, we're back on members only. This is season 3, episode 4. And I got, of course, y'all know we got Eddie back. I'm gonna let him introduce himself again. Well, I introduced Eddie for y'all because at this
Yeah.
point, if y'all don't know Eddie by now, like shit, I don't know what y'all been. You know what I'm saying? But it's my man Eddie Shaw. You know what I'm saying? Host of the Golden Rule podcast. It's my man's, my cornerback, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Glad to have him here again. We're gonna tap in. Matter of fact, he just got off live. He just had it. He just had his own
Yeah.
podcast show 5 to 7. So he working double time, and I fuck with it. So what's up, Eddie?
Man, what's happening, man? Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Man,
Appreciate
you already know. You already know. And man, and then we have the pleasure of having a guest with us, man, from out of town, H Town. You know what I'm saying? So we got Sherelle. She's an insurance executive, based out of Houston, Texas, raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Also the chief of client relations for Connect Hub Band Consulting, as well as she was seen on Pop the Balloon Mountain Edition, which is,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, a good show. If y'all ain't seen that, man, y'all definitely tap into that. So what's up? What's up, Sherelle? What up with you?
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Hey man, look,
Pleasure to be
appreciate you
here.
coming through. For sure, for sure. So man, so of course, I don't know, Sherelle, you probably don't really watch sports like that, which is cool. But
A
man,
little bit. I mean, look, I like the Steelers and King James. I could talk about them.
word. Okay. All right.
That's it,
Okay. I
though.
fuck with it. I fuck with it. But real quick though, I want to touch on something before I let you kind of get in depth and tell us more about you, where you from, and everything you do and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
um, man, Eddie, man, how you feel about the Final Four, bro? What's up?
Well, I remember I was on here with you a couple weeks ago. I told you I picked Houston to win
You
it.
did say that.
I still feel the same way. Um, Duke looking good. Don't get me wrong, they looking good. But I question if they are able to keep those stronger teams off that can make runs deep in the game. So
Okay.
I think it's gonna be Duke and Houston. Houston gonna take it all.
But Houston, we got Houston next round though. Houston got to beat us to make it to the
Well, that's
championship.
what, that's what I'm saying. Like Duke and Houston's gonna. I know they're gonna play unless when Duke and Houston play, Houston's gonna be.
I'm
Houston's too.
saying we play the Final Four is Michigan State, Duke,
Right.
Houston, and no, not Michigan State, Auburn. So you got
Okay.
Auburn, Duke,
I don't got the college teams
Houston.
in you.
Yeah.
Michigan
So we
State.
got it's Auburn versus Florida, Houston versus Duke, Final Four.
We Houston gonna win it. They gonna
So
we
Hu- so
Houston.
Houston,
I got Houston winning the whole thing.
so Houston
It's
beating
gonna be
Duke.
crazy down here.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh well, man,
That
that's
was my
crazy.
prediction. That was my prediction when I first made my bracket. My bracket is trash, but I still got Houston winning it all.
All right, okay. First of all, you're tripping. Um, we ain't losing to Houston. They ain't got enough guard play, bro. My opinion. But yeah, man, that game just ended actually, man. Auburn Auburn like barely beat Michigan State, which I wanted Michigan State to win. But obviously, you know what I'm saying, you know that ain't happen like
They
that.
can't
But
shoot, man. Michigan State can't shoot.
man,
Don't
Duke
say that.
snipers, bro. Snipers.
Yeah.
Straight up. And we're gonna take it all. And y'all hearing it here first. Duke winning the chip. And that ain't
Alright.
even me being biased. That's me just knowing, just talking straight hoops, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
Auburn big too slow. Houston
That,
ain't got enough O.
Hmm.
Bro, we just them ones, bro.
Okay.
they look
Nah,
good. They
yeah,
look good. Look good. I give them that. They look good.
yeah, bro. So yeah, man. So right now, I guess everybody can take the time. Eddie, if you haven't shared it yet, Sherelle, if you ain't shared it, y'all go ahead and share the live. Let everybody know where we at, and
Yes.
then we can go ahead and get straight to the business.
Yeah, most
All right.
All right. So first off, Sherelle, tell us a
Yes.
little bit about you, man. Like your backstory. What you say you from? I know you said you initially from Atlanta. But kind of tell us
Mhm.
how that, you know what I'm saying? How did that play out? You like you from Atlanta, then where? Then what next?
I was born up north. My family's from PA. I was born in Pittsburgh, so it's gonna be black and gold to the day I die. I'll say that. Even if I
Okay.
move, no matter where I'm moving. But moved to Atlanta with my family when I was, about 4. Was down there, grew up down there, made my way back up north. But my family after high school went to Philly actually. My sister was out there, so made my way back to Philly. Went to college out there. Spent about 8, 9 years in Philly. Had my daughter. Stayed up north for a few years, and now I am in H Town, the new Atlanta.
I hear that a
Yep.
lot too.
Yep.
Yo, nah, it's crazy though because
Mhm.
everybody had moved to Atlanta at one point, bro, and
Mhm.
saturated the market, killed it.
Pretty much. Go to Atlanta to make your dreams come true, and then they there was too many people. It didn't work.
Yeah, bro, there's way too many people. I ain't even gonna hold you. So
Mhm.
so I guess like the biggest thing right now is the question that we okay, pause, rewind. What happened was I made a post. You know what I'm saying? I made a post like last week and I was said something about like alpha women or whatever.
Mm, mm, mm.
And man, I caught all type of smoke, boy.
You going
I
listen?
made listen, I caught a whole bunch of smoke. Motherfuckers is mad at me. So the way that shit went, I'm trying to find the post that I made. And motherfuckers was really tight. Like, hold on.
Yeah,
I said,
like that alpha woman turn.
yeah, motherfuckers don't like that. So,
Nah.
hold on. Damn, I wish I could find that motherfucker. But anyway, I said something about alpha women and just kind of like asking that question about it. So like I'm gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on an alpha woman? And what does that even mean?
To be honest, I mean the whole alpha woman term. See, like I get it. Being a boss, having your own stuff, having your own money, your own everything else like that. The alpha part comes, I mean, an alpha is just a leader. In the animal kingdom, there's the alpha, then there's the beta. So, the alpha woman is the woman who's the leader of, what she got going on, the leader of her house. She's the one who's making all the rules, which it could be cool essentially if you got some balance. If you can balance that out a little bit. Women, we weren't really, in my opinion, supposed to be the alpha of the house. You know what I mean? You're supposed to bring to the house. You're supposed to cultivate and incubate. You're not really supposed to be the alpha of the house. I mean, I feel like there's kind of supposed to be a hierarchy a little bit, you know?
I mean, nah, I ain't gonna lie, I like how you worded that though. I ain't really heard it set up like that. But I'm
You
saying
know?
though, so I mean, okay, yeah, in certain situations, maybe there should be an alpha, right?
Yeah,
Obviously. Especially if you don't have if a
exactly.
woman doesn't have a male, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah,
Then
she has to assume that role, right?
exactly, but that's not our natural condition at all. I mean, I
I'm
think that's
saying.
just
So so what are your thoughts on it? Because I hear a lot of people talk about how they have to be that because they want to feel safe or something. What's your definition of a safe place?
as a woman, a safe place is just where you could be soft, sensitive, and vulnerable without worry, being worried about being manipulated. You're not worried about backlash. You're not worried about being taken advantage of. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, boss diva, alpha woman, you're still a woman. And at the end of the day, a woman just needs a place where she can decompress, where she can be soft, where she can be herself, where she can really wear her emotions on her sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that there's women are emotional is the reason why there's alpha women. Because it's like, well, shoot, I gotta be like the man. I can't talk. I can't have no emotions. I can't. really go and be who I'm really supposed to be, who I'm naturally supposed to be. So, to me, that's really what it is. And like he was saying, the alpha woman most of the time is the one who doesn't have that leadership in her household. Even if there's a man there, that don't mean the leadership's there. It's not
Right.
always like that. It works for
Let me
some
ask you a
people,
question then. Let me ask you a
not
question then.
me,
You
but
said you
it does
said
work for some people.
you made a
So,
statement that stood out to me. Your statement was the
you
way
know,
that's the way that you're supposed to be, right? So basically, like a woman naturally isn't that, right?
but
Like
how
we're
about
not
you?
created to be an alpha, right? Like, is that what you're saying? Can you hear me? Oh man, she can't even hear us. Can you hear me, Eddie?
I get you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All
Okay.
right. Can you hear
You
me
back.
now?
Yeah, like you back.
All right. Okay. So look. So my question is, what stood out to me was you said that basically that's not the natural the way that you're supposed to be. So basically, like naturally by nature, you're not as a woman, you're not an alpha, right?
No, you're not. You're not. Like a woman naturally submits to leadership.
Okay. So what about
No.
so do you feel like that's how it is for every woman? Every woman is created that way.
I mean, look, if you believe in the Bible and biology, yeah. Of course, experiences, your life situation, that of course plays a part, like I was saying. If that leadership isn't in your household, if you the one who gotta be the leader, if you the one who gotta make the decisions for your house, for your family, for where y'all going, what y'all doing, you're the one who gotta take on the blunt of everything, then yeah, you're gonna say you're the alpha. You're the queen of the castle. But women aren't naturally supposed to do that by themselves to me. That's why there's so much aggression, why they're so angry, why they're so, you know what I'm saying? I gotta work so hard to the point to where I can't even cultivate other relationships. That's not what we're supposed to be doing to me. There's an order of things.
I mean,
And
I agree with you, but I think it's some women that's not created like that naturally. I think they just naturally are like that
I
that
mean,
super.
possibly.
Not not
I,
not, not at all.
So you
no.
think so, Eddie? You think that type of energy comes from something that might have like created it,
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. Women.
right?
So she said something that's very key. She said there's a natural order of things, right? Like
Hmm.
the natural order of things is, regardless of what. Now, I'm not. You already know I'm not religious. I'm not
Nah,
even
it's fun.
religious.
No, no, I ain't mean to
Yeah,
cut
it's
you off,
not
but
even
it's funny.
religion.
It's funny though, Eddie, because you literally use that same exact verbiage last time we was, you know what I'm saying, when we was on the post. You commented on the
Yeah.
post and said the natural order of things. And I believe it was
Hmm.
Skinny, Sean Upshaw, the one who told you a basic comment telling you that what is a natural order. Like basically like no such thing as a natural order of things.
Okay.
And that's the exact verbiage that you use though. You know what I'm saying? That's why
And
it's
she
that's
and
why it's
she
so
used
funny
it
to me.
too. Yeah, she
She
used
used
it
Yeah.
the
too.
same verbiage. Like
Right. There
that's
is a
crazy.
natural order of things, regardless. I'm not like I said, regardless of what religion you believe in. There
Hmm.
is a natural order of things. God is over man, man over woman, woman over children. So that's the natural order of things.
Exactly. I agree with you, friend. I
That that's
do.
that. Yeah. So
I think anything else is life experience. Life experience, what you was seeing, what you had. I mean, me, I'm a daddy's girl. I'm the baby. I grew up in a two-parent household. My dad handled what he needed to handle for us. Even getting to Atlanta, I mean, the East Coast is rough. But when it was time, he said his family and his kids need to do something different. I mean, you think my mom with kids was like, okay, let's go, go, go. She probably was a little skeptical. I mean, it's new territory, but the whole point is trusting that my dad, the alpha, was going to take care of his pack.
right.
So we
That's
went.
real though.
That's part of the reason why this whole, first of all, the term alpha male or alpha female woman. I'm sorry, alpha female, alpha woman is in itself can kind of be uh demeaning
Mhm.
term, right, or deterring term, so to speak. Um, but I understand why it exists. And
Mm-hmm.
part of the reason why it exists is because of what she just said. Sometimes in women's experience, that's what the term "I don't need a man. I don't have to have a man." It's because, well, what the man is supposed to do sometimes in multiple experiences they don't do.
Yeah.
So as an adult, look, man or female, as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
you have to take care of your responsibilities, take care of yourself, regardless if a man or a woman is in the picture. We're all adults. We are responsible for taking care of each other. So that's why when women be like, "I don't need a man," basically what they're saying is, "Hey, if a man is here or not, I gotta take care of myself. I gotta boss up. I gotta get the bag."
Mm-hmm.
But trust me when I tell you that women need men.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
and
about to
we
say.
need
I'm about to
women.
say,
Like,
bro, like, do you think
no,
that's fact?
We
no,
need
they
each
need men.
other.
They need men. And I'm not talking. See, I don't need a man. I think when women say that, they're talking about the physicality of it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's what they're saying. I don't need a man. F these niggas and F the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
it's because
yeah.
in their
Wow.
experiences, they have men have dropped the ball. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they say they're gonna do something, and most men don't. They just want to get the box, and then once they get the box,
Then they go ahead and
right,
Right,
stuff still
right.
got to get taken care of. So,
right,
I
you
mean,
know,
here
and
you go. And I could
right,
do better by myself. I think that's the attitude. If you're not bringing, if you're not helping, if you're not lightening my load, if we're not being a partnership, what's your purpose? If there's no
Right.
benefit, there's no kind of mutual reciprocity over here, then
yeah. I think one of the most the big I want one of the biggest misconceptions of what a quote unquote alpha woman is that they are women of power. They want all the power. They're seeking all the power, or better yet, you know, she don't need me. She don't need a man. I think that's really where the toxic masculinity in men come in. Because, like I
mm-hmm,
said, as an adult, everyone has to take care of themselves. You know,
exactly.
I think women emotionally need men. I know they physically need men. As far as the security is concerned, all women want to be secure.
Mm-hmm.
All women want security. They want protection, and I'm not just talking about physical protection. See, it. Look. It took me a while to learn what protection was. You know, um, it's all about protecting a woman's heart. That's
Mm-hmm.
what women need men. Women need men for that. Emotional support, physical support. They need security. All women want to be secure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if a woman tells you she don't need a man, she's lying. Because at the end of the day,
Yes.
at the end of the day, if this how I used to tell my wife all the time, if some boys come break through this door, you ain't going downstairs to stop nothing. You gonna expect me to go downstairs and handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know ain't you let any woman who tell you they don't need a man. I bet you they're not the first people down the steps, and that's the physical part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, but we as men, we do put a negative. I'm trying to think of the word, like a negative connotation on the term alpha woman. It exists because of because of what we do. To
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you, um, so I mean, I can go into
Yeah.
detail, but I want to let her speak. I can go into brief detail about that.
No, you said a lot of what I was going to say. And again, I mean, when you said you feel like there's not really there's some women who are just like that. I mean, there's stuff ingrained in us. I feel like just
100%.
that goes down the line. So, I feel like she might naturally just have that. I need the control of the situation. But, I think if given the opportunity, like you said, I want somebody else to fight that battle. At least me. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but,
No, I get it. I
you
don't know,
know,
bro. I guess I'm just kind of like my vision on it is more so like I think that the the perception has been
mhm.
like screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, like it's been messed up
Yeah,
by
Yeah.
what by the society. I guess I can use the term society, and
yeah.
it's just kind
Well,
of like been fucked up by what people see or the perception of what something
Mhm.
might look like through whatever lens they're looking through, whether that be
Mhm.
through conversation, like you know what I'm saying, water cooler gossip or social media gossip or fake news, you know what I'm saying? People post what sound good, look good, but it
Mm-hmm.
ain't really good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I think they just kind of like messed up like the whole thought process behind it. Like,
That's
that's just
exactly
my
what it is,
thoughts
bro.
on it. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
because instead of people just
That's
kind of
what
like
happened.
naturally being whatever, just kind of like letting the energy flow or like that connection, like that spark, just kind of like letting that spark be the spark, and y'all just figure it out however you want to figure it out. It's like everybody
Mm-hmm.
just kind of just got it all figured out when really nobody really has it
Nobody
figured
got it.
out. You know what I'm
Not
No,
saying?
at all.
Like,
no, not at all.
you know what I'm saying? It's three of us on here right now, and it's gonna be three different ways that it's done, at least. You know what I'm saying? So I can never look at Sherelle or Joe's situation and try to incorporate it to mine. And I can never look at Eddie's and vice versa. And you just like you can never look at my lady's situation
Mm-hmm.
and try to, you know what I'm saying, make it your own or look at Eddie's in the same
Yep.
way. So like I think that people just need to like focus more on their personal needs and whatever they personally they feel like is safe or
Yeah.
personally what they feel like is, you know what I'm saying, what
Mm-hmm.
needs to be done, what responsibilities that you kind of expect in a man. Just you though, you know what I'm saying? What do you need? Because
Absolutely.
you might just need somebody to open the door for you, and you don't need shit else. But then
That's
the next
true.
woman might need him to take care of everything completely and she do nothing. Like, and he just pay everything, he do everything, and she don't do nothing but cook. Like, it's, I mean, everybody's shit different, and that's
Yeah.
like the biggest thing, bro. Like, I guess that's my issue with it. Everybody just kind of got it out, think they got it all figured out, and
No.
Yeah.
then and then another thing is the whole like Eddie said, I don't need a man, like all that other shit. I think everybody kind of like take that route with everything, and like that's what it kind of like it comes off as like masculine to us.
But
Like,
it is. But I mean, why does she feel like she doesn't need a man? Men come around and act like they don't need women too. But I mean, you will cease to exist without a woman. You can't create nothing. Just
I mean, I'm not knocking nothing that happened that might make her feel that way.
yeah. But
You know what
no,
I'm
but
saying?
it is very masculine thinking to me though. I agree with that. It is kind of, you know, because like you said, at the end of the day, when something really pops off, when something really happens, a woman doesn't really want to take on the blunt of certain stuff. Maybe having to, but I don't think deep down we really want to have to take on the really hard decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of
It's a
bring my fault. Go ahead, Eddie.
no. It's a combination of a couple things, man. One, some men, well, I'll say most, even I was at this point. I'm probably still trying to figure it out because I ain't got it all figured out. But a lot of men have what we call low emotional intelligence or low EQ. So we don't
Yes.
know how to we don't really know how to or haven't been taught to fully express ourselves,
Hmm.
especially to a woman, right? On the flip side, most women who you would consider your quote unquote alpha males, they have a high level of emotional intelligence. So they're
Exactly.
you not only can they express themselves, but they can typically break down what other folks are feeling. Now, when
Hmm.
you now in that situation, again, I can only speak from my own experience and the experience of other people that I've talked to about this. If all the time, a woman is constantly asking a man to, hey, what's going on? What's happening? And we continuously lie to them, then yes, it does create a situation to where, these women are with this high emotional intelligence. Yeah, man, like, hey, I might as well either be with a woman
Hmm.
or I might as, or I might as well, F these niggas because all we get is the same thing. A
Hmm.
man who can't express himself. So of course he's gonna lie to me. I can't trust him. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, it's got to be a compromise. It's got to be a balance, and most men can't do that until they late 30s, late 40s, or some men, some can't even get it. It's got to
Yeah.
be a balance. We're not
I
willing to
agree.
cooperate. You know what I'm saying? We're not willing to cooperate. We want somebody that's a woman that's compliant. You know, we want somebody who's not as accomplished as us, but we also want somebody who is a workaholic. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you want a woman that most men want a woman that's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Assertive, but we don't want her to be confrontational. Well, the problem is that when you create confrontation by not being able to express yourself, what do you expect? And that's what most alpha women,
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote, yeah, they're not gonna take as much because they do have a high EQ. They can express themselves and they can
Mm-hmm.
get that bag. So of course
Yeah.
they're not going to be as compromising as you would like them to be. And that's what the problem is. Now you have this power struggle, or not necessarily a power struggle. You have two parties who are not, like I said, you got the man. We ain't compromising for nothing, especially if we got a high level of pride. If we
That's
prideful,
the truth.
we ain't compromising for nothing. An alpha woman, quote unquote, is not compromising for something that's you can't get
That's
no
less
understanding. You can't
than.
create that balance.
This
Well, yeah,
for her,
Mm-hmm.
for her, and when they kind of like approach it as in less than, I
Yeah.
think that's like, I think in a lot of, I think for me, I guess the only time it turns into feeling more like, I guess like alpha ish, is when it's like they have standards, which is cool,
Mm-hmm.
but in the process of that, it's like they kind of like maybe intentionally or unintentionally, it's kind of like demasculine, like you taking the masculinity away from the male in certain situations. And I think that it's not on purpose. I just think that like Eddie just said, some dudes do want somebody who's not as accomplished as them, so they can
Mm-hmm.
feel like the man, right?
well,
Right.
control. It's a
What
control
about
thing.
Or
but what
control the thing.
but what about the men who are perfectly okay with a woman who's more accomplished or makes
Okay,
more money or whatever, and
I can
then in
answer that for you.
turn and then in turn like then like she said before, like the whole, you know what I'm saying? If they take the approach, I don't need men or whatever, right? And it's like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't need no man. Like, I don't need no man. I can pay my own bills. I make da-da-da. Like, it can turn that way that quick. And then now
yeah,
we got a way larger situation where now he like, shit, she don't need me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Like, then you get that kind of energy, like
yeah.
on the
Mm-hmm.
same flip side of it.
I
I
think.
agree.
Oh, you can go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, that's why, like I said, women, we create what you bring. You know what I mean? A woman creates what you bring. So I think, like he was saying, the man who brings the emotional intelligence, the man who, he comes with all his stuff. He's okay with her having her own stuff. He's okay with her having her independence outside of him. You know, that kind of man who allows her to have that, but also gives her that space to, decompress, that space to be soft, that space to be sensitive, that space to really be able to express herself. And he get it, even if it is, a little bit of a confrontation. I mean, we people, so it's not like it's always going to be everybody's going to be cool. We all different people. So of course, perspectives is going to change, and everything else like that. But it's about the response to it. So the man who is like, I hear what you got to say. I'm going to let you say what you got to say. I'm still going to make sure stuff is cool on this side. You can still keep doing what you're doing. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure we stay good. You stay good. You get to stay secure. Our whole situation stays secure. 9 times out of 10, she's going to calm down. She's going to let you take the role. She's going to let you get the leadership. That's what natural submission is. And I think, the whole
Hmm.
word submit makes people triggered too, because
That
don't
does
nobody
trigger
know.
women for some reason.
Don't
Like,
nobody understand what being submissive really is.
yeah, they take it like being
It's,
submissive physically. But
no, but
but
it's
but
not. It's just trusting. It's really
right.
just all about trusting, to be honest. But like he said too, some men, they do it the other way. Like they want you to be lesser so that they don't gotta do their part. you know, they don't got to really step up
Yeah,
because,
that's true. That's true. So that kind of like rolled me right into like our next, like the next question. Hi, Eddie. Hey, well, I'm gonna ask you first, Sherelle. How you feel
okay.
about gender roles? Real
um,
quick.
I think that it's a partnership, and what works for your household works for your household.
That's a good answer.
I'll just say that.
That's a great answer.
Because I'm be called the old school traditionalist who, you know what I mean. But I feel like, again, I'm a nurturer. I'm a woman. I want to support. I want to make sure you're good. I want to make sure you in tune with your own emotions. That's that's my natural God given thing. I want to make sure you're good. I want to make sure that you come to a safe place. You come to a peaceful place. Our kids is in a safe, peaceful place. So with
Mhm.
that being said, I need certain stuff to be, I can't go and work just as hard as you and you come and expect me to be able to give you that. You know what I mean? So I think personally, but it's really what works for your house because like you said, I mean, some men's cool with the other way around. Some men are cool with taking
Right.
on what people will call the feminine role. I think it's just a partnership though at the end of the day, to be honest.
What you think, Eddie?
Yeah, man. So I feel like men provide, men protect. Um, I think it's whatever works for the household, but at the same time, I believe that as a man, there's no way possible that I put the protection role on a woman. No way
Mm-mm.
possible. There's no way possible that I put the um provide role on a woman, solely on a woman. There's no way possible I can do that. You can, both roles can lead in their own ways. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit up here and say men lead, women follow. I will never say
No.
that because number one, my wife would slap me. Number two, that ain't reality.
Yes.
Like it ain't reality. You know what I mean? We're all leaders in our own ways. Um,
Hmm.
so but as far as like the main ones, like providing, I provide for my household. I protect my
Hmm.
household. Um, and then there are other roles that you can share. It's a part. It is a you know both roles can do. Both roles can do certain things, but those main ones right there, security, protection, providing, yeah, that's all on the man for sure.
All right. And I gotta go ahead
I
and
like
agree
how
with
you
you.
said that.
I gotta agree with you on that. Like especially like the protection aspect of it. That's number one. The reason why I say that's number one is because you never really know, like, you never really know what, I guess, what path life gonna take you,
Right.
or
Hmm.
how things might shake up, or you may be in a position where you're unable to be the quote unquote provider. So that's why I won't say that's number one. I think the protection side of it, you can be the protector, whether you rich or broke. So
Hmm.
I think that's number one. Obviously, if you're able, then yeah, like, what I mean, you definitely should be the provider, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's like, what I'm saying, that's like, that's at the front. That's at the up there at the top with the other ones. You know what I'm saying? Like with
Hmm.
providing and protecting is always gonna be 1A, 1B, I feel like. But as far as the roles in itself, I think it's based on like the day, if that makes sense. For
Yeah.
example,
Hmm.
for example, my wife does hair, right? So she like stands the whole day. She does stuff the whole day. I
Hmm.
work at a bank, so I don't stand all day. I don't do anything like physically or whatever. Like I'm 100% cool with like being the one to clean and stuff. Like
Hmm.
Yeah.
now, as
100%.
far as like cooking, like I don't cook much. Like she does the majority of the cooking. But I'm saying like I'm 100% cool with cleaning. Like I will clean. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I throw her clothes in the washing machine. I wash clothes. Like I clean. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like especially if I know it's a long day. You know what I'm saying? She probably gonna be tired. So that's why I say it's based on the day. And then that
Yeah.
kind of goes right in line with what y'all said with what certain stuff works for each household. Cause I know it's a couple dudes I know that go to work, come home. kick their shoes off and don't touch shit. And
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy to me. But
I,
again,
I,
whatever
me
worked
as
for their
well.
house,
Yep.
Yeah. Me
that's kind of
too.
crazy. But
Yeah.
It is.
Work for
whatever
them. Work
worked
for
for
them.
them, it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come just I went to work and that's it. Like basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but again, it's really whatever worked
Yeah.
for your house. But I'm definitely not rocking with coming home, kicking shoes off and expect somebody to pick the shoes up and you don't do nothing. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it is a
That's like
lot.
1950s.
Well,
Yeah, for
it's a
real.
lot of it's a lot. I'm telling you before you, it's a lot of men in 2025 who feel that way, bro.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm
bro.
not cleaning nothing. I'm not cooking. I'm not touching nothing. That is the woman's role. And
Nah.
if that work for you, that work for you. It don't make it right, but if that
Nah.
work for you, it work for you, man.
And I ain't even
I
gonna sit here and say that
Yeah.
it's wrong because I don't want to say nothing that anybody doing in their crib is wrong because
Right.
whatever works in somebody's crib, I have no choice but to respect it. But I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
for me personally, that's wild. Like, nah, bro.
Nah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah, because
wild.
I mean,
And
what
then
was
me
you
personally,
doing?
I wouldn't even, if I was a single man, I ain't even interested in a woman who's okay with being that person, who's just kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
don't do nothing, no backbone, let niggas just come home, kick his shoes off, and you pick them up, and you cook, you clean, you say nothing. Like, you basically just like, I look at it like, bro, you just kind of like his slave on some shit, like in a
Yeah.
sense.
And he'll act
Like,
like
hey,
it.
listen. Well, that's
He'll
why
act like it.
that's why if any man, look, I done told my daddy before, I don't agree with nothing you know what I'm saying, how, your ways of thinking when it comes to women. So if I can tell him that any man who wants to debate me about that, we can do that. I'll tell him straight up, you wrong. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
right. Now the next question is, we're gonna change gears. The next question is, um, what is your definition of success, and how do you intend on achieving it if you haven't? And if you have achieved it, how do you plan on sustaining it?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think.
So, Eddie, I ask you first.
Yeah,
What is your definition of success? How do you intend on achieving and sustaining it?
yeah. I think for me, success is no. To answer your question, no. I'm still striving towards success, but I feel like success is straight peace, serenity, and comfortability in your life. Uh, I think success is being able to freedom, having the freedom to do whatever it is you please, whenever you please to do it. When I think of success, freedom has to be attached to it. Meaning, if if you have to go to work and and sacrifice time with your kids, then you're really not as successful as you would want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people use success in many different terms, and I'm just saying for me, success and freedom has to be in the same sentence. Um,
I agree.
and I'm striving to get there. Am I a successful person? Absolutely, but I don't. I think that success. I'm striving to get as successful as I want to be. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
when I can, when CJ goes to school in 6 years, for me, success would be being able to provide him, with his own car, with his own
Mm-hmm.
living compound, whether it be a house or a condo, whatever the case may be. How many kids go to college and either when they go or when they get out of college have a house or a car ready for them? To me, that's success. Um, to have a bank account in your kid's name, so when they go to college, if they don't get a scholarship, you can afford to send them to school. I mean, I think that to me
Mm-hmm.
that's success. And then leaving a legacy for your family, I think that's considered success.
I
That's
like
what's
that.
up. So, what
Mm-hmm.
about you, Sherelle?
Yes, for sure. For me, success is just fulfillment. Like, you're in a space where you are completely, like, fully at peace with yourself, with your situation. Your mental is clear. You really in, like you said, I like the word serenity. I really do. Like, you're really in that space where, you know what, you could, like, I could sit down and say, you know what, I'm good. I'm happy. I have what I wanted. I was able to reach the goals I wanted to reach, no matter what those goals were. Like, I'm definitely still striving as well to get to the level of success I want to, really be at. Like you said, just I have a daughter. So when that time comes, I really want to be able to make sure she can just focus on what she wants to focus on. She's just, I'm fully cultivating her. It's not she is working and she has to worry about all this different stuff that could really deter her and really, impact her potential and everything else like that. But, you know, for me, just choosing to move. That was me trying to, saying, hey, I'm not fulfilled up here. This isn't really feeding me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not feeding my spirit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, do what I feel like is going to be best for me. And I feel like that's really what success is. I mean, personally, when you're really just at peace, when you really could say you're at peace just across the board with your mental, spiritually, physically, financially, when you there.
Well said.
Okay,
Well said.
so for me, I think that obviously success is in the eye of the beholder. I think that I guess the term that I would kind of like relate to that would be similar to when somebody says one man's trash is another man's treasure, like kind of like the same type of concept. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that what I might consider success would definitely be different than, what I'm saying, what y'all two would be. It can very well be that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, I'm not at the level of what I consider success yet. And I'm still, trying to find a way, maneuver my way to that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of with Eddie on I'm big on I don't think I'm successful until I don't have to trade my time for money.
Yep.
That's just me. As long as I'm having to trade my time for money and I'm having to use that money that I traded my time for to live, to provide, you know what I'm saying? To pay my bills and stuff like that. And until I don't quote unquote have to do that, then that alone isn't success in my eyes. Although there are some other factors obviously that play a role in that, because I feel like the financial side of it is the key to the
Mm-hmm.
success in all those other areas, those great areas that Eddie mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
because he's at if he's earning enough money financially, then he's able to provide those bank
Mm-hmm.
accounts and that car, and what I'm saying, being able to not let money be the reason why CJ's held back, or what I'm saying, anybody in his household is held back for anything. You have to have the finances. So I
Right.
think that once you're in a comfortable space financially, whether it's what I mean, what some might consider it wealthy, rich, or whatever. It don't even have to be that. But like Eddie said, the word comfortable is what stood out to me, because
Mm-hmm.
comfortable for me, I mean, 5,000-6,000 a month is well over comfortable for me.
Mm-hmm.
But that might not be for him. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
comfortable puts you in that space where now you got the time, the stress level is down, your energy better towards the people you care about. I feel like you can, you got more time to spend with the people you care about. Like, you're able to think more clearly and put things in order, and get things taken care of accordingly, instead of spending the majority of your time. We're talking at least 40 hours a week that you're spending on somebody's clock,
Mm-hmm.
at least 40. And in 80 case, he's over 40. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times
Mm-hmm.
we're talking like, think about it, bro. It's 24 hours. It's 24 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know, man. Just like, as long as you're trading time, as long as you're trading your time for money, it's like you're not able to like take care of everything else. And then the success isn't gonna be there. And then as far as um achieving it, again, is finding them finances. Either that be by way of a good job or just kind of like finding your niche. That's why a lot
Mhm.
of times I get frustrated because I'm like, damn, bro, it's like 1,000 ways out here to get money. Like, we got people getting
Mhm.
rich for nothing. Like, and then
It-
you got us. We all got kids. We all doing it the right way, and we gotta like scratch and claw and struggle our way to the top. When somebody just got a gift wrap to the top, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So shit like that is what kind of like I think about stuff like that. Like, damn, bro, it's a
Yeah.
million different ways to get bread out here. Like, so sustaining it would just be. I think the people who had to struggle forever to get to it. I believe them the ones who gonna have a better chance of sustaining it because you know what it's like to not have shit.
Mhm.
But once you reach
Yeah.
that level, once you
Yep.
reach a comfortable level of success, you ain't gonna never want to go back to where you was at.
Right.
So that's sustaining it will be
Mhm.
for me remembering what it was like not having it. So
Mhm.
um and then you know what I'm saying, obviously I feel like going not being too prideful to go through the coaching and the classes and whatever I need to do in order to teach me to be more responsible or whatever with those finances or with that situation. And also owning a house is also success in my eyes. So once I buy a house, I'm like, all right, boom. That's one thing I can check off. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? That's my level of success. You know what I'm saying? So that's for my in my opinion, that's what it is, and that's where I want to be. And until I get to that point, I'm gonna always feel like I'm not there. Cause I mean, end of the day, bro, we're talking about it's 1,440 minutes in a day, right? So
Right.
Right.
everybody got them same 1440 every day.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm getting them 1440, bro. I ain't wanting to spend 8 hours of them working for somebody who gonna pay me what I feel like I ain't worth. And then
Right.
I gotta still
Right.
like go paycheck to paycheck because ain't nobody paying because it be kind of like I don't even really care about all the other stuff. I just want to have that certain level of success for me. I don't care if it's 3 steps to success. If you just give me step one, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, and I can make my way 2 and 3. So basically,
Mhm.
that's kind of like how I feel about the whole, you know what I'm saying, success and sustaining it. That's in my eyes. But but yeah, but one more thing, man. Real, you was on the
Whew.
show, man, the balloon pop show, man. I be
Yes.
watching that joint. Um, and
Yeah,
the shit
man.
is mad funny, like the
Yeah.
show funny as hell. But
Good concept. Good concept too.
so I just want to ask you, like not really no specifics on it, but I want to ask you, like,
Okay.
how how was the experience? Like, was it fun? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you even
um.
find out about it? Stuff like that.
So I found out about it from my girlfriends. To be honest, I mean, I never even heard of Pop the Balloon. I told you, I'd be in my little corner, in my
Yeah.
little bubble. I didn't even know about it. One of my friends turned it on one day, and to be honest, just the stuff like the kind of stuff that people judge you on, like, really, you know what I'm saying, like you know what I mean, just the men and the women, like the reasons that people, had for why they wouldn't give somebody a chance, why I already put you in the you're not good enough category and stuff like that. So, honestly, it was interesting to me, you know um what can I say? People, what they want, I guess. Really, just seeing what people want in a spouse, just in
I
this
mean, no, but superficial
in
though,
this
because really a
day.
lot of that shit is just kind
Yeah,
of
and it was
superficial.
very superficial. Exactly. So, not even going to lie, they sent it to me and was like, "Yo, apply." Because I saw one episode. I said, if I get to go on that show, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and pop balloons. I did not go to find love. It wasn't even all that. Like, honestly, it was kind of
Nah, you was cutthroat though on episodes you was on.
yeah, I mean,
Talking to
cause you're
everybody.
allowed to have what you want to have. Some of the stuff was very superficial, but I also feel like people lie about what they want because other people think it's
Yeah,
superficial. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I just was like, all right, I'm a go, but I'm a really go with if you rolled up on me, we wasn't on this show, if I would look at you and be like, or if I'm gonna walk away, and I mean, most of them was, I would walk away. I'm not gonna pretend that you met my standards. I'm not gonna pretend that you have the qualities I'm looking for just because we on this show. I mean, I got dragged in the
Yeah.
comments. I did, but I mean, but it was a fun experience. I will say that it
right.
was very much like a social experiment for me, and to just hey,
But would you
without the
go back
vibes.
though?
Um, would I go back? I can't find love that way. If I went back, it would be the same thing.
I mean, like for entertainment purposes, not really like
Yeah, no,
quote unquote
I'd go
find
back.
love.
It was a fun, it was a fun time. And again, listening to people, like there was a whole lot of alpha women in there. I think I was the one who
Yeah.
wasn't the alpha woman. Like the one dude picked a girl because she was like, "Yo, I'll walk all over the last guy. He too soft for me." And he told me I was too quiet and too meek for him. So just like we was talking about
Oh yeah,
earlier,
the
what
one
people
dude
want on
son
their
to you,
house.
didn't he?
He did, and I got dragged because I didn't pick him. But that don't mean he's not a good singer, and I don't want to hear his voice. And it was an opportunity for him too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
when he
know
was
what I
singing to
mean?
you,
He
I just
sang.
knew
He
he was
got to.
gonna get you
It
after
was
that.
publicity for him too. I mean, he have to sing,
Right.
but just because he we was on this show, I wouldn't talk to him in real life. So,
Yeah.
but that don't mean.
Yeah. Nah, when he started singing, when he started bust out singing, Eddie, I thought he had her, bro. I said, hold
I
on, bro,
like
got
I
the
like maintaining eye
vocals.
contact with people. I was told to look at people when they talk to you. So
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody said I was in love. I mean, again,
Yeah.
with
Nah.
people's perceptions, everybody said I was in love with him. He had a beautiful voice. That's what I have to say. I'd go
Yeah,
back
nah,
though.
he
It was
was
a fun
singing though. I ain't
time.
gonna hold you. Man, Eddie, man, we need to ask for permission to go and fake like we on
Yeah.
there and go on there and pop some balloons.
Mhm.
man. Hey, you said it right. Ask for permission.
Yeah.
Facts. Go
Yeah.
Nah,
on
man.
there and pop everybody's shit.
Just
Right.
cause, you know.
Right. Yeah, I definitely want to go though.
But yeah, honestly, like the biggest thing was though listening to the women who I got this going on. I will walk all over you. You too quiet. Look at me. Look at you. It was a whole lot of that, and it was just wow.
But see, they only put like some of it online though. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, they
They.
cut a lot of stuff out, which
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's what they did since it went live or whatever. Like, probably
Yeah.
put the most interesting ones on there in their opinion or whatever. So
Yeah.
I get it. But I definitely wanna tap in. Eddie, I don't know if you watched it a lot or not, but you
Mm.
definitely need to watch that joint. It's the Stone Mountain, the Stone Mountain edition or something like that.
Love Mountain. It's
Love
called Love
Mountain.
Mountain.
Love
Yeah.
Love,
Mountain
man.
edition. Yeah,
Hmm.
pop the balloon for love. Love
I'm
Yeah.
gonna,
Mountain.
Pop the
I'm
balloon.
gonna
I
chime
find
in.
love.
Man, watch that joint, Eddie.
It's
But I
gonna
was
make you
dying
laugh,
watching this shit.
especially
Yeah,
if you got
my
somebody
wife
at
is
home
definitely
already.
big on it. She's big on that. I'm gonna have to chime in. I seen the memes and stuff like that for like
Man,
some of the
boy,
Hmm.
memes that
boy,
be going for
listen, them
sure.
reels be funny as hell off
Yeah,
that
it
joint.
is
Oh
funny.
yeah,
I ain't gonna
yeah.
lie. But real quick, last question before we get out of here.
Okay,
Who the king of R&B?
Luther. Luther Vandross.
Who you got, Eddie?
King of King of R&B, man. In my opinion, look, regardless of you know who he was making the music for
Oh,
or
I
who
know what you
inspired
about
him
to
to make the
say.
music, man, it's got to be R. Kelly. Got to be the king of R&B. R&B.
Okay.
I don't agree with his lifestyle, but man,
No, you can't take from his artistry. Yeah, it's all
yeah,
right. I mean,
bro, bro
he
was
had
a
the hits. At the end of the day, he did.
bro was a genius. It's like Hitler, like Hitler was a genius too. He just did it in a negative way. R. Kelly may have got inspiration from a negative place, but he's the king of R&B.
Uh-huh.
All right. So my
Right.
answer is definitely your boy Robert.
Yeah, yeah,
R. Kelly, man. He the king of R&B, bro. His music ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. The
No.
music is goated, bro. I jam R. Kelly still to this day. I ain't
Mhm.
gonna lie to you.
Hey
But
man.
yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up though. We right at 55 minutes. We're gonna keep it under an hour. But
Okay.
Yeah,
Real,
man.
hey man, Real, we appreciate you coming through for sure.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
for
Definitely.
having
Good
me.
conversation, man. Good
Represent H
Thank
conversation. Good
Town.
good points. Good points.
Yeah, you definitely
thank you.
dropped
Thank
some good
you.
heat though for the ladies for sure. So we definitely appreciate it. And Eddie, you already know the vibes, man. Appreciate you, my
Mhm.
boy. You know what I'm
Man, you already know,
saying?
man. I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, coming
Hey,
All
through,
right.
man.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
let
Thank
me
you.
let me take 20 seconds to say, and again, I'm speaking from what I had to learn. But when you do find it, because my wife was very, I don't, she's not an alpha woman, but she has a lot of characteristics of a woman who would be considered that. She has a lot of
Mhm.
characteristics. But I would say, as a man, just learn how to compliment certain aspects of a personality of a quote unquote alpha woman. You gotta basically support their goals and learn how to. The most important thing is don't be threatened by them. That's the reason
Mhm.
why. That's what creates this whole alpha woman thing. If you feel men, we feel threatened by a woman if she is assertive or she's super confident, she's super strong, if she's independent, if she's influential, if she has certain leadership qualities that we would call alpha woman, then you feel threatened by it. And that's where the whole she don't need me or women don't need men come from. So learn how to do that would be all right.
So
I
can you
second that.
give a quick example though of what of complimenting? Like give a characteristic that you would compliment in your situation.
Well, I mean, I have a I have a very strong and confident wife. Well, as a
Mhm.
and something as and this used to I used to get intimidated by that, and then that would force me to feed some toxicity into her. Well, I had to learn that, dude. Like, no, I mean that's where a lot of our arguments
Yeah.
used to happen. Well, I had to learn she's strong and confident, probably due to some issues that she had in the past with previous boyfriends. So rather than
Mhm.
to be intimidated by it, hey, I need to learn how to. Either you know what, I'm gonna support you in this way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm secure in myself. So if
Mhm.
I'm secure in myself, I can't be threatened by it. You got to be secure in who you are. So
I
Okay. I
agree.
feel that.
Well said.
I feel that.
it's the
But I
men who are
mean,
not secure that when you're not secure in yourself, that's when you start to get threatened by those characteristics of a strong masculine woman.
I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I guess you describing your wife is like similar to mine too. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? When you got like a strong one who's basically capable of doing it all
Mm-hmm.
if need be. And I
If
think that
need
that's
be.
like, you know what I'm saying, if need be. But just like you said, at least me knowing that if something ever happened, she's straight, I guess that's a form of like, you know what I'm saying, being able to like
Mhm.
appreciate it. Because I know that if she ever had to stand on her own, she could, you know what I'm saying? So I
And that
guess
ain't and that ain't nothing but an independent characteristic.
That's
That's
all.
all it is. Yeah,
yeah. And
And
that's
she can
cool.
take care of herself. Right.
that's perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with that. So I won't even knock it. But yeah, man, but I appreciate y'all, man, for sure. And
Man. So,
and I'm
Yes.
after we end this, I'm gonna break down some clips or whatever, and I'll send you some. Real, I
All
got time
right.
still early, so I'll send you some clips. You can post
All
whatever
right.
you do, and yeah, Eddie, man, we're gonna tap in though, for
you already
sure.
know. You already
All
know, bro. I
right.
appreciate you for having me,
All
man. I
Thank
right,
you
appreciate it.
yeah,
guys.
Hey, Miss Real,
yeah.
nice to meet you, man. And
You
best
too. I'm
best
gonna
of luck
check
and
you
best
out
wishes to
too.
you out there. Oh, for sure, man.
Thank you.
For sure.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
man. Hey
Thank
man,
you.
Eddie, we and the fam, we're gonna come out to the H Town, man. Check
All
you out, man.
right. You gotta let me
Me and my
know.
wife come out there.
Yeah,
We've been
for
out
sure.
there a couple times.
Mhm. All
Yeah.
right.
For sure.
All right, man. But yeah, we'll holler at y'all though. Appreciate it.
All right. No
Thanks.
sweat, man. Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir. You too.